We are live from Providence, Rhode Island, and we're back! What up, CSBA? Ohio State, Providence going to kick us off the year, Season 10, first preseason game of the season. Joining me in the booth, my main man, Mr. Dodger for Live. What's up, Will? What's going on, buddy?
Yes, sir. So ready for this. I have never been more hyped, honestly, for a beginning of a season. Even if this is just preseason, I am so psyched for this, ready to get down to some CSBA action as we return to NCAA teams.
Yeah, this should be good. We've got a return of Providence back to the CSBA. They haven't been here in a couple seasons. Obviously, coming off the rebrand season, super excited for not only to see some of these new players out here. Obviously, we got a lot of new players, probably the most ever in CSBA history, especially because of the rebrand back to NCAA teams, which is super, super happy for that. But yeah, just a lot of new faces to see. Obviously, Ohio State coming off their championship, so they're going to look to try to repeat this season here. Ohio State formerly the Warbirds, so back to being Ohio State Buckeyes. It should be fun to see if they can how they do here with some of their new players. They've actually lost a few pieces, added a few. And, Providence obviously completely retooled, formerly I forgot the team that they were. Derby, Churchville, the Derby. So.
Oh. Got it. Yeah, it should be a fun one here. Two teams on very different sides, more or less, of the building portion of the process as a squad. Like you said, Ohio State coming off the Natty last year, and also on the other side, Providence coming with a retooled lineup. As we get to see it start on a fast break here. Debbie Bauer.
Yes, a lot of new faces here. It's Turner going on the line to shoot 2. Like I said, a lot of new faces. Bear with us as we get the names. I kid you not, it's probably the biggest offseason and probably the shortest turnaround I think we've ever had in an offseason. As Turner knocks down the first, and Providence on the board.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun to be back to some CSBA action, though. I am so psyched to tune in for this and to eventually see my team take the court in a few days as well. As Turner does hit both.
Yeah, so Debbie Turner, the standout sophomore here, knocks down 2, and we're knotted up at 2. Is Iverson for 3. Bang! Ooh. Alvin Iverson.
Yeah, there we go. One of those new players here for the Buckeyes, making his first basket there as he is ready to help lead this team back to the national championship.
Came on right. It's going to be Deshaun Knight, rather, with the putback there off the miss.
Yeah, great cleanup there from Knight, able to stuff that one back in.
Huge block in the interior.
There goes Knight again.
Deshaun with a nice big block there. Again, the one thing about you gotta love about the preseason is a lot of these guys obviously new to their teams. Some of these guys have not packed up yet. They have not invested in their players yet. So you're going to see a little bit of sandbagging, too, by the coaches where they're going to run some things and test some new stuff. Some of them are going to show you their hand already or release legend counts just before the bucket, before the buzzer. But, yeah, you're going to see some of these coaches, especially the OG coaches who kind of know what they're going to run throughout the season. This is where they're going to test something. So if Ohio State isn't, let's just use them as an example. Maybe they're not as stellar as what you might have seen in the Final Four. So there's a bad pass there that results in a turnover. But what they were in the Final Four and the Natty, you got to remember there's a few new faces, but on top of that, they're going to run some stuff that's different than what you might see during the regular season. So this block Shotsky fade away good.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting to see how Providence can respond here with, like you said, an almost completely retooled lineup. Time to see how that's going to play out here in this season, because I know the coach there is doing some great stuff as we see McBuckets put that up and in with the N1. But like I was saying, the head coach there doing really great stuff, bringing in some great guys. I know he's able to bring in 2 of the top centers in this year's recruiting class, and I'm very interested to see how he and this very young squad can perform, especially getting this early test with the defending champs here in preseason.
Yeah, for sure. This is not an easy way to open up your coaching career, but does have a good veteran presence as his assistant head coach in Big Headed Derek. What's up? No, I saw 11-7 Ohio State here. Yeah, but appreciate all the shots out. 52 in the stream. See you guys all happy to be here as Kabongo goes Kaboingo.
Yeah, there we go. One of those young, big-time recruits that the coach Johnny Boss was able to bring in. Great job from him and making that selection of bringing in Kabongo, and we're already seeing him put up his first couple points here in the preseason.
Yeah, shout out for the few people that might have subbed. A couple of the fouls. His bird from the corner is good. Bang!
Yeah, great little pull up there.
Yeah, so definitely don't judge preseason. Obviously, this is a great opportunity for guys to see some of their players for the very first time. I think we had, I I know we were north of 160 plus prospects only because some guys ghosted, have to remake new ones. So a lot of new faces around the CSBA. But it's good. The excitement, you can feel it in the Discord. You can feel it, the energy right now is back to what it was in our early years. So I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, totally. It's good, especially bringing in some of these storied programs, and it's time to see how they can perform here in the CSBA as Kabongo puts in some more points for the Friars.
Yeah, Lance Kabongo with the putback there off the miss by Barry B. Shrub. Barry B. Shrub coming over, formerly from Langley. Shrub, the sophomore. But Providence showing out right now, only trailing from the defending champions by 3 points. So good start for them and for Johnny Boss and his head coaching career.
Yeah, definitely. Good stuff here early on from Providence. I am definitely interested to see how they're going to play as the real season starts, but this is a good test, and they're playing well so far. But there goes one of those seniors, Zay Elliott.
The interesting thing this year, we didn't have a chance to have, we had some prospect games. We got to see a few of the guys, but I think you're going to start to see some players really show out. Alvin Iverson for Ohio State is somebody you're going to want to keep your eye on throughout the season. He was a huge get. Obviously, Rayman, a former CSBA player here, has had some pretty good players in his own right, so I would imagine he should be pretty good. His Barry B. Shrub step-back jumper is good.
Yeah, totally. Iverson is a really, really good pickup that that Ohio State was able to make to kind of help retool here. And he's, like you said, he's a great guy. He's a user that's been around for a while, and it's good to have him back and making another great player here.
Here comes Ohio State off the miss. It's so funny. It's Bird again for 3, bang. I was going to say it's kind of ironic. A couple of people said in the stream chat, where are all the gritty greens at? And you got coaches, make sure you get your greens in here, because for the ones that are not, through the paid system, it's a nice value to McFondle. Hello. I was just saying, for those guys, this is where they're going to get a lot of their progression if they're going to remain in the free system. So definitely get them in here. It's 18 hours of free preseason this week. I mean, it's 18 hours every single week, but
true. Yeah. It's just a good extra week here to pick up some extra credits and whatnot, and to be able to apply those early on, so that as a player, especially as a green chip, that you are beginning to upgrade before the season even starts.
Yeah, that's huge. Getting your guy progressed to get him to be up to a 77 can really help a team that may not have, the depth. And every little bit helps there. Da Vinci now low post size mismatch fadeaway jumper is good. Mario Da Vinci.
Yeah, there you go. Seems early on here that Ohio State is just kind of switching things up, like you said, getting to see some of the new guys, and maybe not starting their main lineup, but getting some experiment, and now you're seeing those main guys make their first appearance here.
Chef Moses is going to bring it up. Love to see the Chef. Very big get for Providence at the point guard spot. Moses drives, pull-up jumper is good. The Chef Moses. Ray, my boy Ray. What up, Ray? Mr. Diddle in the house.
Yeah.
I know he's the Texas head coach, even though Dickey's doing the interim job. Mm-hmm. Ray going through some stuff. Personally, so it's good to see him hanging out with us. Harris now over to Inham. Now to Elliott, to McFadden. High screen from Harris. Pull-up jumper from McFadden. Ooh. Not able to get it, though. McFadden had a great national championship game. It was solid. Expect big things from him again this year for Ohio State.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, expecting big things from McFadden. And, I mean, this lineup here on the court they have right now is most likely, I'm guessing, what's going to be their starting lineup with Inham and Da Vinci. And, good cleanup. McFadden.
Yeah, Crenshaw not able to knock down the 3. McFondle. And I love the size of Providence as the 3 ball goes up there to end the first quarter, 21-19. We are back, CSBA preseason action, season 10. Wow, 10 seasons in the books or 9 seasons in the books. Here's 10. So super excited for that. 1 quarter in the books already. We're back. All right, we're back here on CSBA preseason action 21-19 here on Twitch. Good first quarter there. Dodger, what'd you think so far, what you've seen?
Yeah, I've seen good stuff so far. Interested to see how Providence can continue to play here as they are facing those big players, the starters for Ohio State, as you see the lay-in there from Harris.
Courtney Harris extends the lead to 4. Yeah, I mean, one of the guys said they didn't know Dickey was coaching. Yeah, he's the interim head coach right now for Texas until Ray is able to take his role back over. So,
but yeah, as I was saying, good seeing Providence hanging tough so far against Ohio State. It's going to be interesting to see how they can play as we see Ohio State with those big-time players. And now as McFadden misses.
You know, interesting thing with Ohio State, I feel like with some of their recruits, they got even taller this season, but, you know, is taller better? I don't know. That might make them a little bit more slower, be more susceptible to fast breaks and the transition game. So it'll be interesting to keep that eye. Obviously, size is huge from a defensive factor. You know, I love that. I'm sure they're going to probably, rank up there, especially with the national championship. 3-ball by Moses is good. Bang! But I was going to say, Dodger, with their coming off a national championship, they're probably going to be ranked high coming out of the gate anyway. So I'd be curious to see, if they're going to be able to do what they did last year. Last year they kind of held, they were in the top 5 pretty much the entire season. Will they be there to start the season? I don't know. I would imagine they're going to be up there, but we'll have to just wait and see what the committee, the coaches poll shows.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna definitely be an interesting thing seeing how those polls shake out throughout the season. And I think a lot of it, at least what I've seen in chat and what I've seen with the recruits that have been brought in, there's a lot of good active guys that have been brought into several teams. And I think that unless something goes awry, which is always possible, not that we wish that, but that it would be... it would just be some good 3.
Iverson, Alvin. I've got to make sure I don't say Allen all season long. Alvin Iverson.
Exactly. But I'm thinking that we could see a little more balance, at least when it comes to the rankings, and maybe some more upsets if things continue to go how they seem to be right now.
Yeah, we're off to a good start so far, though. The activity has been there through the roof. And that shows right now 65 people in the stream. I hope we see this whole season. I know it's a lot to ask everybody to tune in for every game, especially depending on what times they are. But, try to tune in for more than just your game. Obviously, I know there's excitement coming in here to watch the kickoff game. And you get 2 more tonight. You still have 2 more games here tonight. I got Kansas. I forgot the games tonight. Sadly, my brain is fried. I've been doing so much stuff. But you got 2 more. Yeah. You got Kansas. I think it's Kansas, Oregon next, correct?
Yeah.
Right, and then and then the third game.
Stanford, Houston.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My mind is going. I've been doing a lot of late nights. Harris for 3.
Yeah, but it should be fun, like you said, getting guys in here, and also to the coaches, obviously. And I know that a lot of the guys know this already when it comes to the coaches, but making sure you get your guys in here, posting stuff. I know I just posted to my team server, hey, get in the game right now. Let's get some credits.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I have to say it's probably the best coaching class, in my honest opinion, that we've had. I've seen, almost the entire coaching class be active in pushing their teams, and then I think that's a credit to the reason why we're seeing the Discord as well pop up. So I'm liking what I'm seeing all around. Kabongo again. Woo. Kabongo goes Kaboingo. That's going to be my go-to phrase for him all season.
Hey, I like to hear it. That's definitely a fun one as they force Ohio State to call a timeout.
Yeah, Providence looking good here. I like what I'm seeing from them early on. Ohio State, I've been very impressed with what they're doing here. Obviously, there's some OGs here for the Buckeyes. I love what I'm seeing from them early on. There's some new pieces. Bird is certainly stepping up here in his new role. Obviously, there's some arc changes. So you're going to see some guys, too. That's something that you got to pay attention to this season. Some OGs switched their spots, so you might have seen them at point guard or shooting guard. Maybe now they're a power forward or center. It's just based on need. So some names in the past that you've used to seeing in one position might be at a different one.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, like you said, getting to see some of those OG players kind of in new positions and whatnot. And then, yeah, like you said, the new guys, too, see how the new crop is going to play out. I know that a good bit of the new guys have been pretty active so far, and probably getting some upgrading in already, as we see a 3 from one of those guys who is not new but a returner, Alvin Iverson.
Yeah, how about, I think if you were asking about your Twitch pack redemptions, your 3 of them, you get 3 per career. So if I gotta look, I can find out later on. I think you used all 3 of yours, but I have to double check. And for those that don't know, if you're a paid player, for every 5,000 points, you get up to 3 packs over the course of your career. So if you turn in 15,000 points as a 5,000 per redemption, you get 10-point pack for each one. So you get that 3 times over your course of your career. Obviously, progressions, different story. They got to grind throughout the season. There's a progression how-to that will explain what those costs are. But if you're a progression, do not turn in your points until you get to 15,000. You'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a progression and you're still at that level, then yeah, just like you said, keep up, staying active, get those points up to the 15,000, and yeah, just get that work in, I guess.
10-2 run here by the Buckeyes extends the lead to 7 here with 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. Providence doing a good job, though. 6-8 right here. I like the makeup of this team. I think it was built, historically, Providence's zone has always been a defensive school, and I'm just looking at the arcs throughout this team, and I'm not gonna lie, there's some defensive presence across the board as Boss fires up a 3. McFondle offensive board can't get it to go.
Yeah, totally. A lot of solid defense we've seen so far from Providence. They've made some good plays, and it's definitely going to be interesting, like I said, how they hang around in this one. And, yeah, we've seen a lot of, good deep post play so far, and good stuff definitely for Providence, like you said.
Yeah, it's all get them. Tough bucket in the interior. Biggest lead of the game is now 9 for the Buckeyes. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate all the follows, the first-time chats, the few subs that we've gotten here. Shrub pulls up, can't get that to go. Ball tipped back in. Dog hit him. I don't know if that was Dog hit him or if that was Tank Johnson that got the tip, but that was crazy. Ball got tipped up in the air and ended up in the hoop.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Tank, but that was a good play up there as both guys got up there and was able to go in, and good play by Tank to fight within him.
McFadden, good 3 ball is up and in, bang. The interesting thing, I've seen Ohio State run that play a couple times, and the corner 3 has been open. Ty Bird has hit 2 of them, and now McFadden with the 3 from the corner extends lead back to 9. Shrub pull-up jumpers. He goes up and in and knocks down the midi.
Yeah, definitely. Good little pull-up there from Shrub, and like you said, that play Ohio State's been running has been pretty darn effective for the most part.
Da Vinci,
just getting the defenders off, as there's a foul.
Yeah, Da Vinci foul by McFondle. Would that be a McFoul?
Kind of like a McChicken or a McRib.
So 38-30 here, OSU on top. Free throw up a good 9-point lead for the Buckeyes. 65 in the stream. Appreciate you coming back strong. CSBA, we miss you. We love you. Love all the new blood. Appreciate the support early on. Just keep this going through the entire season. Love all the content we're starting to see. The guys are putting some content out. I think we saw the courtside bulletin get thrown out there. I think there was another updated. Apologies if I'm messing up the content channels here, but I think it was the CSBA Fast Break. I think it was Fast Break that posted today. Yeah, Fast Break. Bryce, great article on the top 5 positions for each. The top 5 for each position, just coming off of last year. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, some great stuff, as well as the CSBA bulletin there that Mitch put out. Halftime is upon us. What's your take on that first half there, Goddard?
Yeah, very good first half. Very balanced to this point. Sorry, I was eating some chicken.
Nah, you're good.
But yeah, very good balanced first half. We've seen Providence be able to keep up well so far with the Buckeyes. And I mean, Ohio State has had their moments where they've been able to take advantage of some mistakes from Providence. But like you said, Providence has done a good job defensively and done a really good job down low with players like McFondle and Bongo and Johnson. Good plays for them. And on the Ohio State side, a good early start from Alvin Iverson, that freshman shooting guard, able to put up quite a few threes and hit them. And then some of those returners obviously doing their stuff, like Da Vinci and Bird, McFadden, all of them just contributing very well. And that's where we're at right now. Is Ohio State is up by 11.
Yeah, that big run that Ohio State went on. That was right when Providence got cold, because they were shooting over 50%, as Iverson's going to be the leading scorer here at the half. They were shooting over 50%, but when the Buckeyes went on that run, they missed a bunch. That's why they've dipped down to 39%, as, like I said, Iverson leading scorer here at the half. 41-30. Shotsky. Harris now. Fires inside the glass. Ranger Glass.
Yeah, great lay-in there from Glass. Another one of those new, not new players, but one of the freshmen here for Ohio State, leading the way at the point. And I think that's his first points of the game.
Yeah, I believe so. Knight now down low. Size mismatch in the post. Fadeaway jumper's no good off the mark as Aurelius Legend up to the rebound. Yeah, I can see Ohio. I like when he goes out of bounds. Good defense there by Providence. I was just going to say, I really like the way the Buckeyes were transformed into this season. I like some of the pickups they have. Obviously, there's a lot of... The core is definitely intact for the Buckeyes. So...
Yeah, totally. Like you said, it's a little less of a retool, more or less. It's just kind of a plug-in where you can and build around the core. And you see a good little pull-up jumper there.
Yeah, Providence has looked pretty decent. Chef Moses is a guy that has impressed me here so far as glass off the glass and good.
Yeah, Moses has looked really good, leading the way here at point for the Friars. Should be interesting to see if he's going to take over that role as the season continues on.
Foul by Shotsky. Debbie Turner going to go to the line again. Second time to the free throw strike today.
Yeah, his only points from the line so far, but still a good start for him.
But yeah, I really do like how this Providence team is constructed. I mean, if you go back to Churchill Tech last year, they were an abomination, not going to lie. Johnny Boss, certainly was part of that locker room, and the second he had the opportunity to become Providence, he jumped at that opportunity. He's actually a huge Friar fan in life. I think he went there. I believe he went there. I could be wrong on that, but I know he's a big Providence Friar fan in real life. So the fact that he was able to bring the Friars back, which I was excited because I'm always a big fan of black jerseys. black and gray. Their unis. I mean, I'm a big St. John's fan in real life, but I was always I don't want to say a closet fan on Providence, but maybe I was. Maybe it was just because it's just something about the unis. Like even though it's like watching North Carolina State or Manchester, just something about the uniforms. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, like you said, Providence. Like for me too, I've just always kind of been a little bit of a closet Providence fan. Just like I like a lot of teams there in the Big East for many reasons, but Providence is definitely one of those ones that I remember growing up watching for what seems like a very long time.
Yeah, for sure. And think of Sham God, and there's been a lot of players over the years. Providence. Chef Moses with a nice take as he goes flying to the floor. We've really been impressed with his play here so far.
Yeah, he's been good. Moses been making some really good plays, laying it up and in, and then there goes Iverson. Ooh, foul.
Deshaun Knight, that's a good foul. Iverson's been cooking here. I don't mind that there. Get a little physical. Show them what they're in for here.
Exactly. Good job by Knight to make that play there. To foul Iverson and not give him that free little hoop, as we do see Iverson heading to the line here, hitting the first.
I'm just looking at the makeup of the Big East this season. There's a lot of good talent across the CSBA. Really loved how the recruiting really worked out. There was a lot of talent spread throughout. As Blocksky with a huge block there. So biggest lead of the game sitting in here at 15. But we got to see Providence kind of got to get back to what they were doing early on. As the defense right now for the Buckeyes stepping up in a big way.
Yeah, exactly. And I think part of it is trying to get it to those really good players, like you said, Moses and Kabongo. And Knight's shown some good stuff too. And, well, there goes Iverson. Miss. Oh.
I was going to say on that last possession, I would have liked Kabongo got double teamed. I would have liked him to kick that out as 3-ball up again. No good. Iverson with the rebound. And, wow, over the outstretched hands of Kabongo. I was going to say, in that position, I mean, it's a freshman. He's got to realize, you get double teamed like that, you got to look for the open man. I think McBuckets was wide open on the wing for 3, and he just settled for the fadeaway there. As Moses' full-up jumper is no good. Tipped. Ball around, comes back to Kabongo. Too strong there as Shotsky kind of in his face. Oh, 60 up in the stream chat. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Shotsky kicks that outside. Look at the size. This is going to be, it's interesting. Ohio State in a different direction this season. Good defense there by Moses. Glass gets it away. I didn't think he'd get it away in time and still got rim. But it'll be interesting to see right now. Obviously, size, as they say, size matters, right? In this particular case, it's working out for Ohio State. I'm curious to see if they're able to keep this kind of, success throughout the season. Big Ten's going to be tough this year.
Yeah, true. Like you said, both these conferences very tough, but Big Ten looking very tough. Michigan has looked like they have a really solid lineup there. A good bit of youth on that squad. Maryland, Michigan State, also looking like pretty decent as well. Why can't I think who else is in there? Iowa.
You got Maryland, Indiana, Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan, and Bay City was formerly that was Michigan State. Michigan is retooled. You see the transfer of Freddie Brody coming over to take over the Michigan, and then you've got some players returning back from Michigan A&M, transferring over to Michigan. Make that squad pretty lethal. I mean, Michigan's going to be their name, going to be one to watch throughout the season.
Yeah, exactly. Michigan should be a big piece here in the Big Ten, especially when they do play the big game here against Ohio State. When they get the chance for that, that should without a doubt be a really fun one here.
Ew, Vista. It's a Commodore 64, boys. Really throwing it back. No, it's a custom built computer. As a matter of fact, Rapid Raccoon, aka Koku, lives probably about a half hour away, 20 minutes away from me. I gave him some money and he built me a custom rig. I got 3 screens. My desk is an absolute mess right now. I got 3 screens plus my work laptop next to me. So, 20-point lead, biggest lead of the game. Again, don't judge preseason. You're going to see some blowouts. You're going to see some close ones. Don't be fooled by the close ones. Don't be fooled by the blowouts. It's a mixed bag of preseason. Like I said, teams sandbagging, running some different stuff. I can tell you right now, I'm sure Ohio State is happy with what they're seeing here, as this is not what they typically run. So, but again, new team, new squad, new players, new mentality. It's a good opportunity to just test some stuff out. So, I know just looking through a couple of the lineups, some OG players coming off the bench that you don't normally see, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, totally. It should be fun here, especially for Ohio State. Should be interesting here, especially in this one.
Providence has just gone cold here, and I know they are much better than what they're showing. And this is a tough matchup, but you know what? You got to give Providence a lot of credit for taking this as a matchup, just as a measuring stick to see where they are as a program. Pass inside to McFadden, count on 1. Yeah,
definitely.
Right now, as I say, Providence, is just falling cold here. But that's going to happen. We've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, Providence is looks like they are a lot better than what we've seen here over these last couple minutes. And like you said, it's a good measuring stick game for them. See where they've come from, especially after last season, and see where they are now. And just kind of taking that early test, especially here in the preseason, as a game that doesn't count towards the record, but is still a good opportunity to get a big challenge. Their first opponent.
Yeah, and the hard part for me too is I want to run more. I would love to have multiple weeks of preseason, but it is such a long season. I'm not gonna lie, between the 8 in-season games, the conference tournaments, and March Madness, it ends up being like 4 to 5 months, like 4 or 5 months season, like 4 months probably. Over the course, we finish a player's career over the course of 2 years in real life. So,
yeah,
to add that on top of it, it's a lot. So this is kind of an experimental stage. I mean, even for Providence, I know Johnny Boss and Derek have just, they're not sure what they have, and you want to have an idea, get to see some of these guys playing together, and but that's where it's going to be exciting this year too, is that teams are going to have the file after this week, at least for the the start of the season of wherever guys are, and they can kind of work off of that. It's a starting point to help them if they want to test some stuff or run some sims or even put out graphics of their players. They'll have that opportunity, which is exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
67-42. So you're going to see teams, I think, improve over this as the season goes too. But the shooting percentage right now not in Providence's favor. Nice block from behind. McFondle, the veteran presence for Providence down low with a huge block. Gets it over to Boss. Boss stripped. It goes out off of his leg.
Yeah, Providence, bit of cold shooting here, and that does include the fact you are playing Ohio State. But, I mean, like you said, it's going to also be getting better over the season and just taking any opportunity you can to improve throughout the season.
Nice alley. McFondle has impressed. I'm not going to lie. He's impressed here for Providence, but we've seen what he could do at Albuquerque last season, so not surprised there.
Yeah, totally. Good stuff there from McFondle to be able to haul in that oop, and he's made some really good plays down low, but there goes Elliott.
Yeah, that was a deep two. I mean, I will say though, the Providence looking mighty young. Five freshmen on this squad. Four sophomores, so they're very young. But I do like the direction this team is already headed in. If you haven't visited the Providence campus, it is beautiful. A Shrub pulls a trigger on it too. And at the end of one, the reigning champs, 70 to Friars, 48. Get those fours up in stream chat. Got 55, double nickel in the stream. Give us some fours, give us some love. CSBA, we'll be back. Fourth quarter headed your way in a minute. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the State Farm assist of the game. Nice no-look pass inside. I like it. I give that an 8, 8.5. 8.5. That's a good way to start off the season. I will say this. I have State Farm as actually my insurance company, and I had a leak in my kitchen, so my entire kitchen is gutted right now, and State Farm picking up a big chunk of that, so I can't hate on them.
Nice, fair enough. Good stuff. But yeah.
Ooh, Shrub.
No matter what.
I say Shrub with the miss. McFondle gets it back, not able to get it, and then McFadden with the layup on the other side.
Yeah, great transition there from the Buckeyes to get it down as McFadden just ran right to that spot and laid it in.
A lot of talent in this Big East side. Providence is going to be there when all is said and done. I am not worried about them at all. Shrub with a nice take there. In him, his presence being felt in the interior.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really big guy down low. There goes Bird.
Ty Bird having a nice game here. 74-48. This is why this is preseason. Who's impressed you from both squads so far here, Dodger?
Yeah, of course. On the Ohio State side, I think some of the obviously most impressive, you're going to go back to the guys who are returning. But for new guys, I think the biggest impressors to me have been, or the biggest one, more or less, has been Alvin Iverson. He's just done a really good job putting up points and making stuff. And then on the Providence side, there's one of those guys, Lance Kabongo. He's been pretty impressive here, doing some good stuff down low. And then also down low, I haven't seen a ton of them yet, but I know Tank Johnson is a good player here who's made a couple of little good plays. But then at the point for Providence, LaChef Moses has done some really good stuff as well. As there goes Kabongo.
Kabongo goes Kaboingo. That is the one go-to I've gotten out of this game.
Fair enough. There you go.
I have one. I haven't pulled it out yet. I'm waiting. Oh, saving it for the right moment.
Got it. And then I think I've seen some pretty good stuff from Deshaun Knight here. He should be a good piece for Providence. I haven't seen a whole ton from him, but what I have seen has been good, and should be interesting to see how he can continue to play through the season. Knight,
tough shot there, contested. Didn't go up that strong. Fast break action. Iverson to Legend.
Woo.
Not able to finish in transition as Moses picks up the foul, and Aurelius Legend to the line.
Yeah, Legend looking to make some more points here. Got it. Make it 2. Great shot from nice 3.
Yeah, 78-55. 62 still in the stream. Got another game, Kansas and Oregon, coming up next. Make sure you come back. Usually there's about a 2 to 5 minute delay, so just stay in the stream as soon as it goes back. I just got to post the box scores. This is usually why we do it. And this way each game has its own VOD coming back, so.
Yeah, exactly.
But would love to see this show. They'd love to see this show out all night. I know Rick Mork going to join me in the booth next.
That should be a fun one. And yeah, good matchups all night as Kansas and Oregon should be a good one. And Stanford and Houston should be a lot of fun. Both teams, they are able to bring in some really great players in between in the off season. And no matter what, we got great games here tonight, and stay tuned for more.
Yeah, you got, like I said, you got a chance to see some new players too, which there's a lot of them on a bunch of these teams. So
yeah, totally, it should be good stuff.
Last. I feel like Dreadlocks. I'll say Dreadlocks. If I had to remember, out of the 160 players created, I think Dreadlocks was like the #1 go-to as far as hairstyles. That and Messy,
Dang.
Which is what Ranger Glass has got.
Alrighty.
Well, Chef Moses fouled by Aurelius Legend. And apologies if I'm not shouting you all out. There's just so many people in the stream. It's been a while since it's been this heavy, so appreciate you all tuning in.
Yes, sir. Good stuff to see all the people in chat right now. I'll go ahead and just name off a few that I'm seeing in here.
Yeah, go for it.
That Dirty One, DC Gun, Go Heels, Chef Pockets, Elixir of Life, 21, Inane Burrito, J Fry 5, Fugnor. Yeah, those are the main ones I'm seeing right here right now.
Yeah, there's a lot. We appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out. Again, Oregon, Kansas coming up next in Eugene. Appreciate that subscription. 72217. God, that's a name. But we appreciate the subs. Gone, I get it, buddy. I understand.
Fair enough.
Glass with 2:56 to go here. Shotsky down low. Now to Royalist Legend.
Ooh.
H-Dog for life. Thanks for the sub, buddy. I gotta always view the NWL for life. But yeah, a lot of excitement around both these teams. Again, Providence, this is not. Well, you're going to see better from them. That is a guy right there, though. You're going to want to keep your eye on. Kabongo goes Kabongo.
Yeah, totally. Kabongo's been a really great piece here for Providence, and I was very glad to see them bring him in. He's a really good player, great user, and there goes another one of those, Iverson on the Ohio State side.
Yeah, the user behind the player is, we've got a lot of really good ones, a lot of new ones. Mm-hmm. I will say, don't be afraid, and as you can see in stream chat, everybody, there's some hardcore conversations that go on league chat. A lot of them times have been the coaches and people talking smack, but don't be afraid of anybody that's in there. This is why our community is amazing, because at the end of the day, we may give each other a hard time, but if God forbid something was to happen, everybody's usually there to help pull as boss flies up there for 2. Everybody usually is pretty good when it really means. When it comes down to it, it's just we like to talk smack, and that's encouraged. Not crossing the line, but you want to you want to encourage too. So
yeah, true that.
You know, especially nice there, nice tough bucket there by Da Vinci. I was going to say that's the thing about our community too is it could for somebody that's new it could come up and there's a lot of OGs that have been around here a long time. So there's stories, there's history, there's things that go back to previous seasons where people bust chops and like just there's stories upon stories of the tradition here at the CSBA and a lot of that is drawn upon in some of these conversations. But don't feel like you can't not join in. Once you get to know the community, you're gonna fall in love with them because they're an amazing group of people. So
yeah, true that.
Iverson, really impressing.
Yeah, Iverson's been super impressive. 22 points already for Iverson here in his first game here in preseason. Great piece for Ohio State to pick up, and I think that he could be an extra key to them returning to the national title game.
I've loved the size. I thought size was going to be an issue with them being a little bit slower, but they've owned the glass for sure. And the three-point line has been insane as Iverson again. Bang! Alvin Iverson from downtown. Stone cold.
Yeah, incredible stuff from Iverson pulling up, hitting that one.
Chef Moses now out to Boss. Shotty Boss. Now to McFarland. Backdoor cut. Bad pass. Intended for Brandon Crenshaw cutting to the rim, but
that'll most likely be the last thing we see here as things just going to be dribbled out here by Da Vinci.
I will say, Caden just mentioned, Ohio State is crazy, and they are. They're good. They were expected to be good. They just won the national championship. They kept their core, and that alone is the reason why they're able to come here into Dunkin' Donuts Center and drop 93 on the Friars. Good first preseason game for the Buckeyes. Providence going to have a little bit of work to do, but I expect them to come back strong. I'm not worried about them whatsoever. Again, coaches are going to try to get a feel out for their teams here. So congratulations to the Buckeyes starting off where they left off. Win with this one, 93-61. What jumps out at you off the page here, Dodger?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is all the orange and yellow on the Ohio State side of it. Field goal percentage, 61%, just absolutely wild stuff. 50% from three. Points in the paint, 38-28. Bench points, 42-23. Assists, 22-12. Defensive rebounds, 27-15. All of that has just been ultimately the reason why I think Ohio State won this game is just owning and doing great on every facet of this ball game.
Yeah, I think they had the advantage in the paint, but if you look at the three-pointers, 50% from downtown, huge. You compare that over to the other side. And granted, Providence, 12 offensive rebounds, a lot of second-chance opportunities. They had more shot attempts than Ohio State, about 7 more. So, if you can turn that into points, you close the gap certainly in this differential here. But usually when a team shoots a lot of threes, you don't see a high percentage of free throws. But they got both of that, and 50% from downtown was huge. Let's go through the box score. So we start on the losing side. Is Lance Kabongo, 12 points, 6 boards, assists, a block, 6 of 11. Not a bad showing for his very first game. Same thing can be said for the Chef Moses. 11 points, 3 dimes on 4 of 10 shooting. Ronald McFondle, 11 points, 7 boards, 3 boards shy of a double-double, assist and a block, 5 of 7. We know what he can do. Barry B. Shrub struggled in this one. We've seen Shrub do better in path last season a lot, but this one in 14 minutes, 8 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, a steal, 4-15 though, rough night shooting. Devi Turner, 5 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, a steal, 1 of 5. Was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Doug McBuckets, 5 points, a rebound, assist, 2 steals. Deshaun Knight, 5 points, 4 rebounds, a block, 2 of 6. Tank Johnson, 2 points, 2 boards on 1 of 2. Johnny Boss, 2 points, 1 of 2. And Brandon Crenshaw only with a rebound and an assist. Take us through the Buckeyes.
Yeah, of course. Leading the way, the young freshman, Alvin Iverson. 25 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, a block, and 4 or 5 from 3. Big stuff from him.
Yeah, take notice. That's going to be a guy you're going to want to watch on Freshman of the Year. I have a feeling.
Yeah, without a doubt. 14 points, a rebound, assist, and a steal from Braxton McFadden, the returning shooting guard. 11 points, 2 rebounds from Aurelius Legend. Good game from another one of those new players here on Ohio State, a freshman. 9 points and 6 assists from Ranger Glass. Great game from him, dishing it out and putting up a little bit of points. Almost 4 assists and a point shy of a double-double. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for Mario Da Vinci. Another great game from him.
On pace, almost there for a triple-double. We've only had one in CSBA history. It happened last season.
Wow. 8 points, a rebound, 3 assists, and a steal for the senior Zay Elliott. 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist for Ty Bird. Good game from him. 4 points, 13 rebounds. 2 assists, a steal, and a block. An impressive stat line from Block Shatsky. 4 points and 2 rebounds from Dog Inham. And then closing it out, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists from the sophomore Donovan Harris.
All right, got an Oregon, Kansas coming up next. Real shout out quickly. Glass just said his player is good. We got to fix that. He can't be good. He's not allowed to be good. Glass always makes crappy players, so we got to fix that. All right, congratulations to the Buckeyes. Continuing where they left off. Providence got a little bit of work to do, but I am not worried about them whatsoever. Just having seen what I've seen with them. We'll step out here for a minute.